Sander, welcome, buddy. Welcome. Just giving people a chance to get in here real quick before we start the show. Almost ready, folks. Thanks for being patient here. All right, folks, let's see if we can get a full stream now. Finally, seeing people live with me is a good thing. It might be the way to start streaming regularly, apparently, and then just sending it over to YouTube, because I've been having a lot of problems streaming to YouTube lately. Last night was not the first time. Can you guys hear my voice loud and clear? Everything sounds good here before we get rolling, Sander? I know you're still on there, my friend. Once you confirm that, we will get the stream going. CSWA, thanks for checking in. Everything sounds good. Perfect. Thank you, Sander, for confirming that for me here. So Stephen Benoit Jericho here welcomes you to Iron Harbor Wrestling. We've got RCW Hood Slam checking in. What's up? Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Season 2, the Harbor expands. If you remember right, Season 1, we were building the harbor from the ground up, an old factory building in a fictional dock area that's been long since closed down, abandoned, that used to be a former home of a naval ship repair yard. That is why we have such a big building here, because they would park whole vessels right inside what is now the Forge Arena to do their repairs, to even scrap them throughout the 1940s. And now here we are. It is home to Iron Harbor Wrestling. So let's kick off Season 2, Episode 1, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show, and I will try my best to follow along to what people are commenting and asking me as we go along.
Welcome to Iron Harbor, where the strong survive. Hey, Matt, it's great to see you. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised to see you here before the start of a show, but nonetheless, what can I help you with?
What's up, SVJ? No, I signed. Yeah, dotted line, I signed. I need to escape the 3-dub craziness. I mean, seriously, you run one person down, and they hate you.
That's a rather interesting outlook on this situation, and to be honest, Matt, I'm a little hesitant to accept the contract and to get you rolling because of just that. I don't need people running over my staff or roster members here.
Well, SVJ, to be honest with you, none of them are James Black. So it makes it real simple. They're not James Black. They haven't pissed me off. I won't run them over.
Due to our history and a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo from CFT, we don't have a choice but to honor that contract. But just know, despite our history and our friendship, it's going to take effort on your end to earn my trust back after seeing what you did over in 3-dub, whether it's justified in your mind or not. But I can't wait to see you active in the ring again, that's for sure. We'll talk later, old friend.
Look, man, I promise you, I'm not here to start any of that shit. I'll keep that on 3-dub. I promise. But one way or another, you will trust me again.
Here we go. Before the show started, I met with Matt 8-Star, who has indeed signed a contract here with Iron Harbor, saying that he needs an escape from all the craziness and the chaos happening over at Worldwide Wrestling. And kicking off the night, we've got Hollywood Ron Corleone over from RCW. Folks, we saw Ron make his debut here in the Harbor to end season 1. Got a huge contract, or sponsorship rather, from King Trill, the owner of RCW. And one of the stipulations was to start allowing RCW talent to operate out of the Harbor as well. Now, we're not going to begin to say that we are nearly as big a show as RCW by any means, so it's a blessing to have these superstars willing to come over and work into basically what's an upstart corporation. The only way we've got such a large facility here, again, is because this was a massive structure built. Yes, the Harbor is definitely open to signing more talent. We are still actively shopping for more sponsors, folks. We have bills to pay, talent to pay. So any sponsorship comes with a contract for a couple superstars from your brand. And folks, I know you recognize the music. Dirty OTB. Now, this is something that RCW fans aren't used to seeing. Dirty OTB taking on Hollywood Ron. What a special event we have here, folks. And yes, Dirty OTB, the same superstar who performed live during the season finale PLE right here at the Iron Harbor. We saw what he could do on the mic in that season finale, so let's see what he can do in the ring, taking on his close friend, Hollywood Ron. They don't really fight each other over in RCW, so what a great opportunity it is to test their skills against each other right here in Iron Harbor. This is expected to be... All right, Matt, I'll definitely check that out when I get a chance. Here we go. Ron Corleone, Dirty OTB. The bell has rung. These two squaring off. Ron with a big right hook to start things off, and then tossing Dirty right onto the ground. I don't know if that's a very friendly way to start things off, just a manhandling OTB. A man with as much pride as Dirty may not take too kindly. Oh, did you just see that? He caught the big overhand right coming from Ron Corleone. Caught in the palm of the hand by Dirty OTB. OTB now a little bit quicker on the draw than Big Ron. I don't know what it was. Look at the little shimmy hip shake there from Dirty OTB as he was getting ready to set Ron up for that suplex. Once again, Dirty, these two going back and forth, blocking each other's punches. Ron now, waist tie up, a reverse DDT. All right, perfect. Good to see. We will have it on the next show. Mr. Plains checking in from Commonwealth Wrestling. Commonwealth, I believe, also based out of the Massachusetts area. Usually when you refer to Commonwealth, you're speaking of the Massachusetts area. If you could, Mr. Plains, could you clarify that for me? I just want to make sure I'm dropping the right intel. He's out of Virginia, apparently. Sorry, I didn't know that Virginia referred to their areas as a Commonwealth as well. Back to the action. Ron dragging OTB, bounces his face against that top turnbuckle. Not sure what Ron's doing here. He dives in, he jumps, and he flops right against him. Shaking up, knocked the wind out of him. OTB staggered. Big Ron, about 300 pounds of pure muscle here. Not sure what the hand gesture was there to the crowd. Appreciate that, Sander. That was a touch that I'm going to be using, updated as close as I can to every episode before I start filming. You see on the other side there, the champion poster. That is another one of the perks for points that you guys earn. You can get your a beautiful poster made. Oh, look at that. The boot of Corleone stuck around the chain of Dirty OTB after that move, turning Ron's leg in kind of an awkward position there. Ron fights out of it. Big elbow. Look like he's going for a submission. Nope. Broken out of that is OTB. A lot of back and forth between these two. They must know each other very well. As I mentioned to start the match, the two are friends over in RCW, so we're not used to seeing them do battle here. So it's a cool thing to start episode 1 to see these two opening the show going one-on-one. It's definitely something that should be special for the RCW and the Whole Elite fan base that know these two very well. What the heck was that, OTB? Look at the strength of OTB just slinging the big man around the back, and now Dirty can fly. Oh, coming down, dropping the knee, but Ron, deceptively quick, rolls out of the way. The Icon, Twan Montana, checking in. Welcome, Icon. Dirty OTB proving why he is dirty, just removing that top turnbuckle, exposing that metal mount bracket, and now getting a run. Coming over, looked like he was going for a blockbuster, but Ron saw it coming, tossing OTB almost up and out of the ring. Ron now a backbreaker. Comes up and then a big boot to the face. That could be it. Referee took a little bit too long to get in for the pin. In just a 2, I think, had the referee gotten over in time and started the pin, that could have been a different end result. OTB crawling for what he thought was safety. Indeed, that bro kick almost decapitating Dirty OTB right there. Damn near knocked the beard off his face. Ron going for a submission. He's got it locked in. OTB close to that bottom rope, but instead of reaching for the rope, he did a big push-up. I didn't realize how strong OTB really was. He's definitely putting his strength on display here against Big Ron. Several huge feats of strength, including that, just a push-up with Ron's full weight. What's going on here? OTB jumps over. Oh, what a disrespectful... wipes his feet off. Wipes the dirt off the bottoms of his shoe to who I thought was his friend. These two are supposed to be friends. OTB, I don't think things come to more disrespectful than that move right there. Basically wiping the bottoms of his feet off on the side of Ron's face. I'm damn sure Hollywood Ron is not going to appreciate that disrespect. OTB back on the attack. Ron clearly flustered, tossing OTB in the corner. Big body splash, comes across the whole ring, delivers another one. Ron still fired up. A big right to the side of the face of OTB. Now just yanking. You can see the viciousness just multiplied here after that total utter disrespect. 2, and then a big 3 count. Ron, obviously feeling disrespected, came up with a little more forcefulness on those last couple moves to really put OTB down. I don't know, these two may get up and shake hands after this, hopefully. And no, don't do it, Ron. Come on, Ron, don't do it. He's your friend. Come on, Ron. I was not expecting this. Ron Corleone with that $100 bill. Don't do it. Oh, my God. He puts that dirty, booty-cheeked $100 bill right in the mouth of OTB. That was supposed to be a friendly match, folks.
Season 2 introductions. For me, it's not all about scoring points. Hell, I admit I do want to earn every opportunity to climb the ladder here as well as anyone else on this roster. But to me, it goes deeper. To me, I've been here since the day we broke ground on this project. I was there the whole time as we turned this old shipyard, this warehouse that used to house ships in the 1940s being prepared, repaired, and built for war. So for me, it's all about protecting the sanctity of this church that we built, that I helped build with my own hands. Hell, I hand-painted the locker rooms in this place. So if you want to question why I'm here, what I'm here to do, I'm here to protect what I helped build. From the construction all the way to the nitty-gritty contract negotiations and recruiting process, standing side by side with SBJ. So if anyone wants to come in here and threaten to break down the church that I helped build, you've got a rude awakening.
Devil Dog decided to welcome his old friend Rob Anderson back to the show. Rob Anderson and Devil Dog, they were friends over when this was HWA back. Oh, what a spear! Devil Dog, after a handshake, delivers a vicious spear to open things up. It goes from a friendly handshake over to one of the most vicious spears I've ever seen opening a match. Rob Anderson, I'm sure, not appreciating that. But the Dog definitely a competitor, so I'm sure he understands. He comes up with the knees back to back here on Devil Dog. No doubt, Devil Dog and the dog are going to get vicious here. These two not fighting each other many times over their history, but they definitely had some great matches over in King's Court Wrestling that you can check out live on Twitch as well. Rob Anderson making a mistake. Thought Devil Dog was gone. Now chopping the legs out of Rob Anderson. Rob Anderson, no doubt, the stronger of the two individuals. Devil Dog looking to get in there and work quickly. That way he doesn't have to test that stamina and that strength of Rob Anderson. Devil Dog going for a brogue kick right there. Anderson caught the foot. Devil Dog reversing it. Belly to back takedown. Doing exactly what he needs to do. Do not let off the gas when it comes to taking on Rob Anderson, folks. Big knee shot to the face of Anderson. Devil Dog springing and coming up with that big axe kick to the back of the head. Devil Dog trying to put him away early here. 2 and a 2 count. Anderson kicking out. Again, Devil Dog doing exactly what he needs to do. Start to finish, just being relentless. Anderson, these two going back and forth, reversing each other's rear waist locks. And now Devil Dog with a big spine buster. Just relentless offense early on from D-Double. Anderson obviously a little bit shaken. Devil Dog, you can't let off the gas here. Anderson, whoa, a spear goes low to that bad knee that everyone knows about, that braced knee that Devil Dog always has protected. Rob Anderson with a low blow right there. Spears in a beautiful DDT from the top ropes. Devil Dog on Dream Street somehow kicks that left arm up. Thought for sure that was going to be it from Rob Anderson. Going for a belly to belly. Devil Dog, series of punches, fights out of it. Rear waist lock again. Shot to the lower back. Comes up. What a move right there. Got him with a sleeper suplex. Devil Dog now prompting him up. Springing off the back, and there it is, folks. Comes up with one of his finishers. That is the dishonorable discharge. And Devil Dog making rather quick work here of Rob Anderson. No doubt that was the tactic, catching Anderson off guard. Devil Dog picking up a win in this first of a 3-match series. Welcoming Rob Anderson back into the territory. No doubt now that things will turn out a lot differently next match.
Gambino straight out of them bayou swamps. I'm telling you now, I've been cursed and blessed by that voodoo man. I done wrestled alligators and some made of them there snakes. If you want a piece of the best you ever seen, and you want a 5-star match, you best step inside the ring with your boy, the Goon, Elio Gambino. I'm ready to top him out. I'm ready to knock him out. You ain't got nothing on no anaconda, and you ain't got nothing on no 300-pound gator. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself. You better step up and knock up or shut the fuck up.
Elio Gambino with some big words to say to War and Peace, folks, as we get ready to say that to make the Goons debut here on Iron Harbor, taking on War and Peace in a Singapore cane match, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know a ton about Elio Gambino here, folks. Another brand new signing coming over from RCW in the Elite territory. If you want to see more of Elio over there, make sure you check out RCW Hood Slam on Twitch. Also TRV, and then Commonwealth Pro Wrestling, and Rated R Wrestling, all stream live here on Twitch. Making his way down to the ring now, War Machine. War and Peace here. Look at the guns on War and Peace. This man clearly has been working out non-stop, probably doing 3-a-days in the gym to get pythons like this. They have to be all of 24-inch pythons now, brother. I'm smelling some catering in the background. Some breakfast is going. It's going to make me a little hard to talk as I'm salivating here on myself. We have a little kitchen right here, close to the booth, and a big booty chef slanging together some breakfast for us in the background. So hopefully I can pay attention while all this is going on. Ron, I don't know if they're implants or not. I don't want to question War and Peace myself, but then again, I'm not a 6'5" athletic behemoth like you are. I'll let you do the questioning on whether those are real or not. I'd rather not feel them wrapped around my head. And here's the bell. The two stand toe-to-toe. Elio showing off that speed right there. The speed and just craziness of Elio Gambino caring nothing for his own safety. That's probably the advantage we have here over the more strategic War and Peace. Elio just natural brute strength from wrestling alligators. Don't let his stature fool you, folks. And now Gambino up on the top ropes, flying, going for a diving crossbody, but War and Peace saw it coming, suckered him in right there. Elio crashing down onto nothing, up on the massive shoulders of the War Machine, up in the air. No, Elio rolls him over into a pin, trying to steal one from Warren. There's a 2 count. Trying to steal a win right now. Now, Elio going to the outside. He's got one of those Singapore canes. All this is legal, folks, and Elio gets his hands on it first. Coming up with nothing, giant shoulder block, knocking that Singapore cane from the grasp of Gambino. Gambino springing through the ropes and a back outside crescent kick. A 619 crescent kick to the face of War and Peace, and now it's Peace's turn. What the hell? Peace says, anything you can do, I can do better, young man. I think that move was just made up on the spot. I don't think I've ever seen it before, but War and Peace, ever a student of the game, saw Gambino do it once and just knew exactly how to do it. That wit and strength advantage of War and Peace coming in effect now. Slowing things down slightly. Warren can turn up the pace if he needs to, or slow it down and break you down strategically. Whatever he needs to do to get a win, that's what he will do. Peace now with a kendo stick of his own, or in this case, a Singapore cane of his own. Swinging. Gambino, what was that? He leapt out of the way, avoiding a strike, just a spring off that top rope, folks. That quickness of Gambino, I hope you rewatch that, but he sprung out of the way, avoiding a blow onto the top rope, and then launched himself into a drop kick. Crazy athleticism from Gambino. Pulling off moves that I don't think I've ever seen in my professional career, except for maybe someone like a Durgos. Slinging over, powerbomb off the apron. What a maneuver. I told you, War and Peace. Multifaceted. I don't know if he's quite as hybrid of an athlete as like a Mad Dog X, but he's pretty damn close to it. You can see the effects of that couple power bombs right there as Elio limping around, making himself some space away from War and Peace. Digging, oh, he's got a ladder. What's What's Gambino? Get the hell out. Puts it right in my face pretty much right there. I don't know what Gambino's doing with the ladder here. Setting up. Oh, what did he spit? Swamp water spit right in the face of Warren Peace. It's all in the eyes, the mouth, the nose of Warren. I have no idea what chemicals were in that spray, but it's put Warren down. Peace cannot see. For all I know, it has some kind of, you see him wiping his eyes right there. It could have had some sort of neurotoxin in that swamp water. Peace now trying to get it out of his mouth, you saw right there. Clearly Warren, after that swamp water spit, looking very lethargic. There's no telling what sort of chemical is in that spit. Look at Warren. He is just writhing. As good as Elio's been doing, I don't think that was very necessary, but definitely has the advantage over Warren Peace right now. I don't know if Warren can see very well, but he is fighting out of pure instinct at this point. Look at the way he's walking. Looking from side to side. He's wiping his face on the apron, trying to get some more of that chemical off his face. Makes his way back over to Gambino. No doubt more of hearing him over here or remembering where he was last. But that mist still seeming to have effects on Warren. His whole body movements, everything appear to be off right now. Saw that hand go up once again to the eyes, the face, trying to wipe some more of that chemical out of him. He's trying to put him away. Warren knows he is off his game, so he is no doubt going to do what he has to do. Trying to step aside, shakes his head, trying to gather himself to continue on this fight. Peace, a huge clothesline. That'll slow him down. Once again, Warren going to the outside, using that apron to wipe his face again. Coming back up with a Singapore cane. Gambino, a couple big shots. Warren clearly weakened. Look at that, wiping his face once again. Holding his head as if he's dizzy perhaps from breathing or ingesting whatever that spit was. Sprinting is Gambino. Trying to come up with a big knee, but gets out of the way. Going once again, Warren going for that power bomb perhaps. No, changes it. Fireman carry, drapes his face over that top rope. I don't think that'll put Gambino away, but it's a start. Kicking out after two is Gambino. Look how slow Warren is still moving. He is not giving up, though. Still fighting. A massive kick right there to the side of the head. Warren Peace is down. Still on Dream Street from the effects of that spit and then the clubbing blow. And now, what's this? How many times did Gambino just spin in midair? What athleticism from Gambino. In Elio, a huge upset victory over Warren Peace. No doubt assisted from that swamp water. His manager had made it just in time to see perhaps catch the end of the match. But that swamp water spit, no doubt in my mind, let's take another look. Look at that weird green substance all over the face of Warren Peace as he continues to get his eyes flushed out. rinsing the medical staff back here on the top of the ramp, trying to rinse that swamp water out of his face. We're going to have to do an investigation to see exactly what was in that, because we noticed right after that swamp water spit to the face that Warren's whole demeanor had changed. We talk about debuts, ladies and gentlemen. We saw this young man, Deuce Sparks, make a debut on the final episode as the special guest referee in the title match for the Foundry division. Ever since he saw the competitors Mega and Kid Thunder, he wanted himself a spot in the Foundry division. It was easy enough to find a spot on the roster for Deuce Sparks, because not long after the loss in the title match, Mega, who was the former champion, did not renew his contract here, opening up a spot for young Deuce. And here he is, second generation superstar, our Foundry champion, Kid Thunder. And there in the background, his dad, Louis C., wrestling legend Louis C. Kid Thunder, I've known him a lot of years growing up in this industry. I think I've met Kid Thunder the first time when he was probably 10, 12 years old, maybe even a little bit younger. And as he's developed in his career, he's definitely gotten more of a chip on his shoulder, no doubt inherited from his pops. Soccer standout in college. Had an opportunity to play in the Major League Soccer organization, but turned down that offer to fight here at Iron Harbor and pursue his wrestling career. Not only here, but I believe he is in CSWA as well. Perhaps a number of other shows if Lewis can shoot us a message and fill us in. And the two diving at each other had a similar thought, trying to start things off quickly. Both of them came up missing. Deuce Sparks, look at the strength of Deucey here. I've seen a lot of this young man fighting over, once again, in the elite territory, with RCW in them. Deuce fiery, never giving up. He's got a little bit of an attitude on him lately. But that could very well help propel his career. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a spark, if you will, to ignite your career. And we have definitely been seeing more of an attitude over. I follow RCW and Rated R and them pretty closely, and Deuce has definitely been fired up lately. I don't know, not sure if I appreciate him talking back to management and such, like I've seen him do a lot lately to King Trill, but you know, again, sometimes you've got to develop a little bit of that edge for yourself in order to take the next step in your career. And if I remember right, I believe he recently defeated J1, of all people, a huge upset. Those watching RCW, Trill, if you're still watching, if you can confirm that for me. Big forearm shot from Thunder. Going for a chop is Deuce. The two standing toe-to-toe. These two young future stars. Big slaps and a knee to the face and a shotgun drop kick. No doubt Sander, you talk about coming up with more of an edge. Sander Cool who is the cleanest baby face of them all. Basically, Sander would fart and baby powder would come out through most of his career. He has changed, turned on a dime. Apparently, Deuce is on a tear, like I said, and picked up another win last night. Last season, he had a little bit of a step back and faltered quite a bit, but this year, Ducey is on an absolute tear, and he is looking to get his name out to more places. We've heard a lot from Deuce, too. You saw he actually cut a couple promos for us. On that finale, you heard him speak, and same thing with the first time we saw him here on Hood Slam during Opposite One on episode, I believe 8, the one before our season finale. Deuce is in it to win it for sure. And I believe I see a lot of t-shirts in the crowd here tonight. Something about feeling Deucey. Yeah, I believe the green t-shirt in the background, it says feeling Deucey on it. No doubt for Deuce Sparks. Kid Thunder has that pedigree for sure. I don't know. The champion, obviously. Champion is going to be the favorite. And now jumping up, Deuce was going to perform a sprint across, some sort of move. Distracted a little bit by Louis C on the outside. See now Deuce yapping back at Louis there for a second time. Deuce, you cannot let Louis C distract you. What a move! Springing off that middle rope into a perfectly executed dropkick. Now setting Deuce up for a shotgun dropkick right to the chest. Louis C on the outside, loving that. Kicking out after a 2 count. Kid Thunder now not done, going to the top rope. High Rent District. Once again, you saw Louis loving that. I don't know how many, was that a Falcon Arrow or some shit? Kid Thunder beside himself, as is Louis C. Thought right there that was going to be a 3 count, but Deuce Sparks continues to fight on, kicking out time and time again. Now goes for a big stomp to the back of the head. That one may do it. 2, and there's a 3 count. Kid Thunder picking up a win, but Deuce Sparks gave him damn near everything he had. Kept fighting and did not give up, and that is the mark of someone that's going to be a star in this company or this industry for time to come in the future. Deuce Sparks gave Kid Thunder, the champion, everything he had here tonight. Coming up just short. And now, CCTV catches Warren Peace attacking Elio Gambino here backstage. No doubt sore after what went down in their match, that swamp water spit. And now Warren Peace getting a little comeuppance here backstage. Looks like he's got a light tube and he smashes it over Elio. Security now rushing in to break things up backstage. Warren Peace got a little comeuppance right there.
Now you choke on the smoke of your forgotten king.
Iron Harbor Wrestling. I've been all over the place. I've won titles left and right. I won everything. And you may not know me, but my name is Dargos. I am the dragon. Some will know me as the Guardian as a fearless dragon. But he's gone. He's gone with the wind. He got forgotten. And now standing in front of you is the only dragon, the real dragon of Ifrit. I am here to make people remember who I am. No limits. Nothing can stop me from what I want. I want to destroy everything. I want to burn everything down. I want to see blood. I want to see gold. For my treasure chamber. I am the dragon. And now I landed upon this mountain. And I will claim this mountain as mine.
And there he is, folks. Durgos, the promo of the week for week 1 leading up into episode 1 as he is here set to take on hardcore icon Crash Monroe. We talk about people changing their whole demeanor, their whole lifestyle. Once again, Durgos spent a lot of years as a fan favorite babyface, the guardian of Ifrit, fighting the good fight. And now, this is what we are left with. So the fans turn their backs on him. Management turned their backs on him over in Worldwide Wrestling. And you saw the shift. He tossed his brother off a damn balcony in one of the last episodes of Worldwide Wrestling. Turned on his brother Matrix. And now he is here to claim the mountain, to claim the top spot in Iron Harbor Wrestling. Indeed, he is bad news. There's a look at the Harbor Havoc Championship, what is up for grabs right now. Similar to the old WWE 24/7 style, we wanted to get the inaugural championship match done right here in front of the whole crowd. But for now on, this match can be defended, fought anywhere. Now Durgo springing. What the hell was that? The Dragon. Uber athletic move right there. I don't even know. He just made that up on the fly. Crazy athleticism from Durgos. As I was saying, whichever one of these two men win the Harbor Havoc Championship tonight, this thing can be defended. It will be defended on every episode at minimum, and then it may also be defended at random. There may be a random stream pop up time to time. It can happen anywhere. Parking lots, backyards, shipyards, under the damn sea if you want. Maybe a man like Carnage can help us facilitate an under the ocean, on the ocean floor, SpongeBob type title contention. It's open to any staff member. Temporary contracts. You get a superstar that doesn't necessarily want to sign a long-term deal here in the harbor. Perhaps can just come over for one night. Hell, we could have damn Kanye West show up and try to challenge for this championship. A referee could challenge for this title if they wanted to. Durgos, ill intent. You could definitely defend it at a concert for sure. Now rolling out of the way is Durgos. Going for a big move. Crash Monroe instead crashes down on his ass. Geragos continuing with that offense. Look at the shoes of Crash Monroe. The look of Crash Monroe reminds me of old indie legend wrestler Facade. His whole look kind of similar. I don't know if his whole look, but definitely the green glowing pieces of attire. Now Geragos, he got a light bulb. He just smashes a light bulb over Crash Monroe. Crash also uber athletic. You see that head scissor takedown and a big knee to the side of the face. Crash Monroe on the attack now. I knew it was only a matter of time before Crash got his feet up under him. I can't tell what sneakers those are. Are there any sneakerheads here in the show that can tell me? Are those? Can't tell. Those appear to be Jordans, but I can't tell which version they are. Geragos going for a crossbody. Crash sidesteps. The Dragon comes up short, and now Crash is on the attack. Geragos turns and oh, what a move right there! What was that? Driving the face onto this thinly padded concrete floor, making quick work of Crash is Geragos. What the hell was that? Looked like kind of a reverse sling blade DDT of some sort. And there we have it, our inaugural Hardcore Havoc champion, Geragos, here tonight. Geragos wanted gold. I don't know if this is exactly what he had in mind, but Geragos, the inaugural Hardcore Havoc champion. And now we know both Caleb Shaw's manager, Matt, is in the chat, as well as Sanders' manager.
Look at the stars real high. Sanders racing up the sky. Can you feel the power in the midnight hour?
Sanders' motions not quite fitting his huggy, kissy kittens sort of entrance music there, telling people to kiss his ass, apparently, but Sander Cool apparently on the same weight training program as War and Peace. I've never seen Sander Cool this ripped before. I've known Sander for many years. Sander Cool is absolutely ripped to the tits. Definitely hitting the same program that War and Peace has. Now his opponent making his return to the territory, the man with the iron fist, Caleb Shaw, folks. Another man that I've known for many years. We saw this man, Caleb Shaw, go toe-to-toe with Drew Tanner in a punch-for-punch matchup. If you remember from HWA, those that are following along, let me know if you remember that battle. They were strictly going punch for punch. The man with the iron fist taking on the Portsmouth Punisher, Drew Tanner, in that punch for punch match. Tanner's granite uppercut. But this man, having a much stronger jaw, clearly ended up winning that. Man with the iron fist, Caleb Shaw. No doubt Sander will be doing everything he can to avoid taking too many big right hooks from this beast of a man. Caleb Shaw, one of the founding fathers of Forged in Pain back in the day. 2017, 2018 era. Along with Colt Shields and crew. Let's see if this new built-on muscle can help Sander. Oh, a quick shot to the gut. Sander winding up for a big clothesline, it looked like, but Caleb Shaw, a quick little kick to the gut will put a stop to that momentum. And what the hell is going on?
This gold isn't just a prize.
What is this? Where's the broadcast?
Dominance isn't something I try for. It's who I am. I don't live by the limits normal men do. I'm bigger, colder, I'm inevitable. Iron Harbor's never seen anything like me, and it never will again.
What the hell is going on? Jester Bryant just hijacked, sabotaged the broadcast, and that's our world champion, Jester Bryant. What is he doing out here? And he's going after Sander. Caleb Shaw just standing there watching it happen. Jester Bryant going after Sander Cool. Caleb Shaw just letting it happen, leaving the ring. Where's Shaw going? Jester in there pummeling Sander. And Caleb Shaw, he's just walking away. Is he perhaps in cahoots with Jester Bryant, or just annoyed and decided to leave? Gonna have to talk to Caleb about that. Jester Bryant, the world champion, coming down, taking out Sander Cool. We know these two going back and forth in the chat. I did not expect that. What the hell just happened, folks? All psyched up for that big match between Sander Cool and Caleb Shaw. But the broadcast, everything hijacked by this man, Jester Bryant, the world champion. After that commercial break, Jester going to make his way back down here to take on Chad Hardy. No kidding, Jester Bryant sending a message to Sander Cool, and I'm curious as to what part in this Caleb Shaw has. Was he just annoyed by what happened and said fuck it and left, or is he perhaps in cahoots somehow with Jester Bryant, this man, the world champion? Matt Parker, if you're still there in the crowd, maybe you could help shed some light on that situation. If your man Caleb Shaw is somehow working with Jester, or if he again was just annoyed by the interference and said fuck it and decided to just leave. But here's our world champion. Apparently Shaw has ties with Jester. Matt Parker just confirming Caleb Shaw has ties with Jester Bryant. What a team these two would make, Jester Bryant and Caleb Shaw on the same page. I was looking forward to seeing these two big boppers go toe-to-toe, but apparently they are having some kind of alliance, at least at this point. You can see that's Marissa Bryant there, Jester's wife, making her way down to the ring as they set up to take on Chad Hardy. Or he is set to take on Chad Hardy. Jester in no hurry, just strolling his way down to the ring, taking all the time in the world that he wants. Oh, apparently there was a miscommunication. Apparently, Shaw does not have ties with Jester. A typo, perhaps. Either way, we're going to hopefully hear from Caleb Shaw on the Facebook page. Promo, perhaps, explaining what was going on, why he just left. And there you can see in the background the scoreboard. That is not updated as of today. That was updated as the start of production, as we will be doing moving forward in future broadcasts. I will get to the absolute last minute I can before production. Great looking titles this year for sure. Look at that thing. No doubt inspired by the big gold from WWE past. Jester Bryant coming over from one of our sponsors, Riot and War Wrestling. One of our first sponsors over here in the restart, the upstart of Iron Harbor Wrestling. They pulled huge amounts of money to help get us off the ground, including what then was a temporary contract with this man, Jester Bryant, who won the World Championship at our season finale, taking on Dragar. Dragar has not re-signed. No doubt, Sander, definitely cool, struck a nerve of some sort with Jester. I don't know if Sander Cool really meant to be on Jester's radar, but he clearly is. Jester hijacked. I didn't know Jester had it in him. He can't be working alone. But Jester Bryant hijacked the broadcast, posting his own promo over it, and then coming down, attacking, and now Chad Hardy squaring off with the Beast. Sizing each other up. Jester looked like he was going for a single leg takedown. Chad Hardy slid out of the way. Now the two lock up, middle of the ring. The Beast forcing Hardy into the corner. Chad Hardy on loan to us from the Matt Giblin camp. All credit for this young man to Matt Giblin. Make sure you check out his stuff. And now watching on intently is Marissa Bryant. She is intently watching her husband. A little sound effect glitch going on right there, apparently. We'll have to pay more attention to that in the future. The cameraman definitely putting in work, getting a less than tasteful shot of Miss Bryant's backside there, if you will. 2 count. Chad Hardy kicking out after 2, getting that left arm up off the ground. No, a blatant choke, just hand wrapped around the throat of Chad Hardy. Hardy, well-known superstar over in his territories. A big boot to the face. Jester Bryant gesturing to the crowd here. A flex down, running, leaping knee in the corner. Sprinting, springing off the rope. And there's a nice close-up of a vicious knee strike to the side of the face of Chad Hardy. He is on Dream Street after that one. And now Jester bouncing that already foggy head off the turnbuckle. Big right shot there, and it sends Hardy crashing down to the outside. Big right hand, beautiful camera angle, showing the contact and showing Hardy toppling off that top turnbuckle, crashing down in front of Marissa right here on the ground. This thinly matted concrete, and a massive spine buster. Chad Hardy not getting a chance to get any offense going. Folks, don't worry about that count. This is a 20 count here. Kick to the gut, setting it up. Oh no, this could be it. He's up in the air. A big beast bomb from Jester Bryant. And here's the pin. 1, 2, And then a 3 count. The world champion making quick work of Chad Hardy. Jester Bryant is on a tear here tonight, making the world champion's presence felt. Jester Bryant is undeniable. And what's this? Marissa handing Jester something. Jester he put a Sander Cool t-shirt on Chad Hardy. Let's take another look at that, folks. Look at that. After dismantling Chad Hardy, Jester Bryant put a Sander Cool t-shirt on Chad Hardy, handed to him by Marissa. Let's rewind just a second here. Can see at the finish of this, Marissa handing Jester something right there, and then Jester putting that t-shirt on him. Sander Cool t-shirt put on Chad Hardy. And if the message wasn't clear earlier to Sander Cool from Jester, it damn well should be now. Sander Cool wants to run his mouth to the world champion. He has got his attention. Again, folks, thank you all for watching episode 1. I hope you all enjoyed it. That is a lot of the format that you can be expecting, a mix of different styles here in Iron Harbor. We are, as always, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Good show. Hopefully the rest of you enjoyed it as well, and will come back to follow as all these stories sort of move forward on the page, put in the work. No doubt episode 2 will feature some of the matches for our awards system will be starting to come in play. We have several people over the 20-point position. We will be stacking points, and they will reset once someone hits 60. I definitely will take a peek at that, and I will get it uploaded. That way Shaw has his custom music for next show. But again, folks, thank you all for being here, watching. I know the stream for YouTube last night not quite working out the way that we wanted it to. But we will see you all real soon. I can't wait to see what everyone has to say on the Facebook page following episode 1. Have a great Sunday, everybody.